Hello. Right. Hi. Clear throat. It's Martin here, Vinyl Scavenger, and I hope you are all doing well and your cliches are all in order. I'm fine. Um, Coming to the end of August now in the world, in UK, and slurp of coffee. Haven't had a slurp of coffee for ages in a video. Mm. Yeah, I know it annoys some people, but there you go. Anyway, so a few things to tidy up. Um, I can't say it's been a while since my last video. Anyway, without further ado, let's crack on. So, went to find some records today. Got these for £5, all of these singles. A couple of spare sleeves there. They're 7 inches. So the debate about 7 inches. Now, some of you know Paul Madam Sin. I can never find that cool 7 inchy singles, but the appeal, it just draws you in, and sometimes I think like, oh, I've got an album here, and I don't really like the album apart from one track. So I don't know. Am I going to have a lifetime search for getting rid of albums that I only like one track of, and then finding a single? Anyway, we've got these aren't in the right sleeves. When they weren't looking, I did try and swap the sleeves over. Not that I don't think they'd really mind anyway. So we've got a Animals 4-track here called The Animals Are Back. Whether it came in the picture sleeve, it probably did originally. We've got to get out of this place. Club A Go Go. Didn't know that one, but it starts off like a Girls Aloud song, which is really bizarre. I know there's only so many notes that you can start a record with, but it was yeah, okay, yeah, these aren't quite so cool, but I've just played them all now, and I like that one. I like this one. This was all right. This was Joe Brown Swagger. That's an instrumental, and on the other side is the Darktown Strutters Ball. Apparently, oh, I was going to start a Mazzy video in the background so that then I know I'm not going on for too long. So um that video's 22 minutes long, and it's on oh, it's an advert. I was trying to avoid any sort of adverts or anything, don't want to get into trouble. Yeah, so he'll start in a minute anyway. I'll keep an eye on him, and then I know that I'm not going on too long. Right, okay. So yeah, this Darktown Strutters Ball, apparently that was he says at the start of it, this is something I grew up with in my family. I just noticed there's oh, the little jukebox kind of thing here. Oh, but it's a different single. Oh, the cat's meowing now. Oh dear. Maybe I can pause. Maybe I can pause this. Hang on a sec. Oh. Right. Maz is on his own now. He's lost his mate. So put a different video on there. So it's 25 minutes. So I've got to finish before he does. Yeah, there's just one of those sort of cards there for jukebox, but it's got it written on there, unfortunately. Unless I find that record and I can match it up, that's highly unlikely. So that was Joe Brown, and we've got in the wrong cover. This was all right. Marty Wilde and his Wildcats. It's been nice, and Bad Boy. Yeah, that was good. It's been nice was he'd been on a date and he didn't think the woman was interested, and then he was moaning about having to go to work in the morning. A common problem for many of us. Yeah, Bad Boy. That was a good one. This was good. This is John Barry 7, Walk Don't Run, and I'm moving on. I'm still on a lookout, I think, for Hit or Miss, Jukebox Jury thing. I'd love to have a jukebox one day, like John 6-inch Pianist. Any jukebox, I would have thought, 7-inch single jukebox. Everly Brothers, it was all right. Devoted to You, Bird Dog, that was a bit weird. Hopefully, Cat is okay now, being fed. He might well be back in a minute. Gene Vincent, Hot Dollar, and She Little Sheila. Move It, Cliff Richard, probably his best record, I would have thought, ever. This is another Cliff. This is Living Loving Doll. Uh-huh. Another Gene Vincent, Right Here on Earth and Wildcat. Johnny Burnett, Dreaming. Cincinnati Fireball. And I recognise this one. Johnny Worth, didn't know the name. Splish Splash. Very rare I have a bath now, I'm more a shower kind of guy. And When, I knew that one as well. Okay, so that's the 7 inches. Except for this one, I got it off eBay. I've always really liked Country Girl by Primal Scream, and I got that off eBay, and it was a decent price. I only realised when I looked closer that the girl on the cover, her eyes are white, which I'm not particularly a fan of. Um, yeah, I don't know the B side. I've not played it. It's just a white label there. White label. So that's the 7 inches. Right. Swig. Of I should know how long this video is because the clock's there. If I would have noticed when it had started, might have been better. Right, some £1 fines from since the last video, I suppose. Craftwork, the model, backed with Computer Love. I've already got them on the respective albums. Might keep it. I don't know. Not sure yet. Not really familiar with Blondie Parallel Lines. I'm not really familiar with any particular Blondie album, just the hits really, and the greatest hits I've got. Um, yeah, so I'm guessing this is the one that most people go for. Yeah. Uh, this is Brenda Wooten and Robert Bartlett. So he's sorry, they're like a folk duo that have paired up together from Cornwall. There might well be some songs in Cornish here, I'm not sure. But it's folky. I've had an album by her before. It's okay. It was a quid. It's probably worth more than a quid. Now, if you're in the UK, you'll know that there's an advert without advertising it, and it's got Roger Whittaker whistling in it. So when I saw this, I thought I'm going to jump on the hipster um, bandwagon and get this, and probably it's going to be on here. But that one isn't on here. But most of it is whistling. I prefer him whistling to singing. I don't generally like people whistling, especially at work. Um, yeah. Um, Russian whistler, Mexican whistler, Boss whistler, Paraguayan whistler. Yeah, Skyboat song. I think he sang that. Um, yeah, some are traditional as well. So I haven't got the one that was the on the advert recently. I think it's a travel company. Now these three I got. There was a guy sniffing around a charity shop the other Saturday, but I jumped in and got these before he did. This one he probably would have picked up. He was looking for funk and soul. They were £3.50 each, which is a bit steep in my book, but there you go. Fatback Band. I've got an album by them already. That's all right. There's a version of December 1963. Oh, what a night on here. Yeah, it's all right. Give that a go. And then a couple of Headley kind of records, which he may well end up with if he particularly wants them. Yeah, American. The sticker says $6.95 on on both of them. That says Genesee Country Museum. Can you see that? It's oh, I'm just trying to work out whether that means that the laptop's going to be, yeah, everything I'm showing is going to be back to front, isn't it? Well, never mind. Okay, so this is um I'm not quite sure what sort of music this is. Is it bluegrass or it's not Cajun? Uh, hmm, yeah. So this is a group of people here. Yeah. I mean, this sort of stuff's dying out in America, I would have thought by now. Um, there's that one. And then also in its shrink still is somebody called Mitzi Collins, a sampler of folk music. Yeah. And I presume it's on this same label, this Sampler Records, it's called. And this one came with rather a nice couple of bits in it. Let's have a look. So you've got not a letter, you can order these kind of things, piece of paper, and then there's a nice booklet about the instruments that are on it, and some stuff about the songs. Not that I'm going to be playing them, the lyrics and the musical notes to them. Uh, yes, this is interesting because some of them are religious. Um, she's also tackled a few sort of English folk songs. She seems to be quite interested in that. But then I suppose if they came from Britain and went to America, then they're going to be, whatever settlers or immigrants took them there. Then yeah, so that's quite nice. I played this. It's pretty good. But if Headley wants them, maybe I'm open to negotiation. Well, I don't mind. Just like to hear different stuff and yeah. Now, if you remember, a few weeks ago, I had a bit of a situation with some stuff in the garage, and there'd been a little puddle, and some records had got a bit damaged, which was very traumatic for me. I brought up two more boxes today. They were dry, and everything's been moved safely now. It's just I don't want to leave stuff in there too long if it gets a bit whiffy. Anyway, I've tarted a couple of them up with felt tip pens. So if you can see this, this is a Happy Mondays 12-inch of loose fix, an Oakenfold mix, a Steve Osborne mix from 1991, FAC 312R. So that has been patched up there. It's a bit dented in the corner. And Charlatans just needed a little bit of a blackening up there. And then this one here, I tried to write it, but it was quite difficult. It's the only one I know. I think I kind of bodged that one up a bit. But I was more successful with my Black Grape album. If you can see here, that's not a bad bit of work there, to be fair. The back, I've still got to work on it, this corner down here, but the records are good. There's no problems. Oh, hello. Let's just wreck everything. Yeah, there's no problem with that. Yes, that was this sort of kind of little bit of water damage here. So I think with some pens or even like crayons or pencils, coloured pencils, I might be able to tidy them up. Now this I got this Royal Blood album I got like maybe a year ago, and I don't mind it. It's a bit white stripesy, but it was stained. So I decided, well, it's called Royal Blood. So let's colour it in a bit. So I've coloured it in a bit there, see, to make it look a bit more unique. It was only a quid anyway, so um, yeah, I'm quite happy with that. That's not bad, is it? Limited edition of one there. Um, yeah, I'm doing all right. It's 15 minutes. Mazzy's still going there. Mm. Coffee's gone cold. Never mind. So yeah, there's two boxes here of albums. I was going to do one of these like a Mazzy sort of what does he do? A whack-a-mole, and that partly because all my records are genuinely not really in much of an order from when I moved. So I'm just going to go through these two boxes. Yeah, I'm not sure. I was going to show some of the stuff I've never shown before, but difficult to remember when you've made videos for so long. Really, don't know if I've ever shown that actually. That's my original Pet Shop Boys discography album. Hello to Sean. Sean's a big Pet Shop Boys fan, as he's seen them a few times recently, I think. Got that. Don't know about the rest of them. For those, what else we've got in here? I think I've shown that. Yeah, yeah. Some Gary Newman here. There's a Back to Mine, the only Back to Mine compilation I've got, New Order. It's got I Feel Love on there. Um, Venus in Furs, Can Mushroom, Roxy Music, In Every Dream Home, A Heartache, Higher Than the Sun, which I've got on the album, Primal Scream, Rhythm is Rhythm, The Dance. Yeah, it's what you would expect from New Order, where all their um, likes are and their sort of inspirations, I suppose. Yeah, that kind of thing. That is from a compilation from 2002. There's tons of these, isn't there? But that's the only one I've got. Might have a CD or two. Don't think I've ever shown this before. This was a charity buy or a pound buy from somewhere. That pretty much covers what I need from Lionel Rich tea biscuits. Um, yeah, it's in decent nick. This is sort of like your 90s vinyl, isn't it? Where it's, I got a load of it, even from when I bought it then. It's what's worth a lot of money, isn't it? Got some Tears for Fears there. Um, well, there's the only. Yeah, I don't know what I've shown him. There's a Simple Minds out. It's the only Simple Minds album I've got, I think. Not the coolest one. Belfast Child on it. So this is like probably their first real big commercial album. I know the one before they had the big hits and the Breakfast Club hit, I think. Yeah, still got the still got the sticker on there. Don't know if that's like a what was that a WH Smith sticker? I'm not sure really. ONG988. So is that the catalogue number? It's not. So I don't know what that is. That's weird. It must have been on there. Nobody would have stuck that on there, surely. Um, yeah, this was Formative UK Electronica 75 to 83. I should play that again. I think this was a Record Store Day release from one year. It says 2017 Cherry Red compilation, and it was in a sale in a record shop I very occasionally go to. Um, yeah, so that box, let's move that out of the way. So the idea is these ones I'll move up here, and then the stuff that I'm sifting through and selling, I'll put them I'll put them in these boxes and take them down and eventually clean them and sell them. He's still talking. Yeah. I was listening to the radio last weekend, coincidentally, and they were talking about Mark Hollis. That's the only Talk album I've got. That was, yeah, I think I like this one so much. The one after, it doesn't agree with me um, so much. The one after is Laughing Stock, isn't it? Yeah, this is, yeah, well, it's an original. Yeah. So there. What else we got? Get some out. Well, you know what? I should be showing the ones that I've actually like listened to, whether I've listened to them online or just normally. This, I really like this, and I've heard her talking on the Word in Your Ear um, podcast with two guys that are music journalists and used to do a lot of Smash Hits magazine in the 80s. Her interviewing her. She does a lot of Carol Decker does or Tapao. They do a lot of these. Oh, it's an advert again. Um, I'm back, Mazzy. Um, she does a lot of these sort of like boat cruises, 80s concerts and such like. Yeah, she was in quite a few bands before she hit it big, but I find this album like nearly all the tracks are good. Yeah, so that's that. Um, I have culled Proclaimers album, the other one, but I kept that one. I prefer that one to the other one. It's an Alphaville album. Some people think that this band was like sort of fabricated or there was some sort of conspiracy around them, but it's a good album. They're German. It's in English. Yeah, it's actually my wife got me more into this than me finding it. Uh, what else we got? Oh, we got. Um, haven't really got a lot of Cure. I've kept this. It's the mixed up album that they had with all the remixes on it. Maybe I'm more a greatest hits of the Cure kind of person. Although I quite like. I think is it Faith. I haven't found a couple of them recently, but I'm not so struck on them as George Michael, Michael Jackson. It's all this sort of stuff you've seen before, really. Yeah. Um, I like the first two Belinda Carlisle albums. Oh, sorry, I like Heaven on Earth and Runaway Horses. I'm not really sure about keeping that one or not. So this is 1991 Virgin Records. Live Your Life Be Free. Not sure about that really. Uh, this is a bit scruffy, this one, but this I bought back at the time. The only Kylie album I've got. I think it was the first time she wasn't Girl Next Door. Um, it sort of appealed to me, to be honest. Maybe Madonna was having a bit of a wobble then. It's a 5-star album there. Some Deacon Blue, some Sam Fox. Um, you know what? I don't think I've ever played that, but I've got it. I like the first album. I never bought this at the time. You should be able to find a copy of this somewhere. So it's Terence Trent D'Arby's second album from '89. Uh, well, I should give it a go, shouldn't I? I'm only 35 years too late or something. Yeah, and I think he's succumbed to touring his hits uh, now, from what I remember. I think I've read somewhere. Yeah, there's some Samantha Fox here, and you know, yeah. So maybe I'll leave it at that. Maz is back again with his Fly t-shirt on. Uh, yeah, let's leave it at that, and then I'll say one more time. I hope you're all doing well. I'll finish my coffee, and I will probably see you in your video. So thanks for watching. Hope that was a half decent ramble, and all the best to you now. Toodaloo.